Hello everybody, it is Caden. Today we're going to be discussing the debate going around about whether or not there are more doors on Earth than wheels on Earth, or vice versa. Now, I have very strong opinions about this debate because I think anyone who thinks there are more doors than wheels on the Earth is an absolute buffoon. Let me give you some examples of why you're a buffoon for believing this. The company Lego creates many little plastic things, and included in these little plastic things there are wheels. There are also doors, but a significantly less amount of doors are made than these Lego wheels. I can know that for a fact because I have seen a plethora of Lego wheels, and I have not seen a plethora of Lego doors throughout my lifetime. Now, that is merely one instance. Another one is cars. I am hearing a debate about there are doors on cars and there are a lot of cars. There are also a lot of wheels on all cars. And it doesn't matter what kind of vehicle you are using, it will always have more wheels than doors, unless you're talking about a minivan. In which case, there is a possibility that there are more doors than wheels. I'm sure there are plenty of counter arguments to the thing that I just said, but I will hold to it because this is a YouTube video going out to 62 people. Now, a few more things. Every door has hinges. Now, with the definition of a wheel in mind, okay? Now, hinges are a circular object that, when used on a door, helps it move on top of or on the ground easier. And you know how many hinges are in every door? On average, it is 3. Every one door, we're already getting 3 wheels. Fidget spinners. How many of them were made? Quite a few. I would say out there, possibly in the billions. Have you ever thought of that? Billions of fidget spinners. And the most common one I've seen is 1 ball bearing in the middle that helps it spin, 3 on the outside, 4 ball bearings per fidget spinner. Now, if we're going off the assumption that I have just made, completely assumed, there's probably just a few million out there of these little fidget spinners. But on the slight chance that there is even a billion, you multiply that by 4. That's 4 billion, baby. That is a lot of wheels. I have prepared a small song about this issue. There's more wheels than doors.
If we take all the information that we've gathered, we've got, what did we start off with? Legos. Legos, ever since, we're going to say they started manufacturing wheels around the beginning of the 2000s, right? So we take the 2000s, right? And we've had 22 years since then. They produce about 300 million of these wheels every single year. So if we take 300 million, we're going to multiply it by 22, right? 22 times 3. What's that going to be? That's 66. 66. Now, if we're talking about millions here, this is our million. This is how many wheels have been created by Lego, right? So that's 6 billion wheels just by Lego alone, okay? And I did some research. Apparently there's about like 42 billion doors in the world. So like, okay, that's our number we're trying to reach here. Next up, cars, right? How many cars are there? There have been about 2.2 billion cars manufactured on Earth ever since the Industrial Revolution. So now if we take that 2.2 billion and multiply it by the 4, we're gonna get 8.8. So now we have 8.8 billion, or 8,800,000,000 wheels. Next up, fidget spinners. Okay, now this was honestly less than I thought it would be, because we take the around, it was like 200 million, 300 million that have been made, and then we multiply that 4 for the ball bearings, and so we're just gonna call that like an even, we're gonna call that like an even 1 billion. And that's just the ball bearings on fidget spinners. How many ball bearings have been used outside of fidget spinners? I didn't do that math, but that's gonna be way more than this. Way more than this. Now, the real kicker, the one that's gonna get you, right? We take the door, right? 42 bill. And for every single door, there's about 2 to 3 hinges, which has a pin, and that pin and those hinges is a circular object that's helping the other object move on the floor. That's a wheel. That's a wheel. Every door has around 2 wheels on it. So we multiply 42 billion by 2. Oh my gosh. 84 billion? Okay, 84 billion? Oh my gosh, that is a big number, isn't it? Holy crap. I just realized I only wrote 1 million for that. That's also only 8 million. And that's also only 6 million. But you get the picture. Now we take our 84 billion wheels from the hinges of the doors, right? 84, and we add our 6.6 from the Legos. Now we add our 8.8 from the cars. Now we add our 1 billion from the fidget spinners. And that gives us a total amount of, let's see here, 100.5 billion. 100.5 wheels, okay? That is a lot of wheels compared to our amount of doors. This measly 42 billion is basically nothing. Not even half. So I don't want to hear anybody say there are more doors than there are wheels. Because there's not. If you have a slight ounce of sentience, you will understand that there's more wheels. And this is from 4 examples. 4 of them. I'm not even using all of them. I'm using 4 different examples. And one of them is fidget spinners. And there's still more. So in conclusion, to today's video and today's lesson, there are more wheels than there are doors. Goodness gracious.